Hello YouTube and welcome to episode 35 of the Rise of Icelandic Football with HK. We are currently on stream right now. Everybody in the chat, having a chat, you know, we got up to 316 views and 23 followers. So we're slowly growing there on the Twitch. Been on stream for not too long. We only started streaming after the final. This is 3 days later. So we've only been on stream for about 10 minutes or so, not even. But what has transpired over the last, you know, nearly a month since we were here, 3 weeks since we were last here, you know, when we were streaming on the 4th of August, I think was when we cut out the, finished the episode when Flamen stayed. It's been crazy. There's people we need to talk about, there's transfers, there's signings, there's youth intake. We're going to get straight into the transfers and we're going to go by date here because there's going to be a name and it's Burik Sen. And I said the whole time the 7.5 mil release fee was scary to me and it happened. Leverkusen came in and said, yep, 7.5 mil. Also did Olympique Marseille, who are trying to get all my players at the moment. Hoffenheim, and I reckon it was Mainz as well. They all came in for the German. He ended up choosing Leverkusen, couldn't do nothing about it. Never wanted it. He didn't want to accept my contract. He accepted the contract, but let the contract hold off until all his transfer business was going. Unfortunately for us, he is now out of the club and over at Leverkusen. I don't know if their season started yet. I don't think it has yet. The German Bundesliga on the 20th of August. It may have just started. But if he has, he didn't play the first game or he hasn't played yet. But pretty much what that meant is because it was after the 1st of August, we couldn't make any signings to back him up at left back. So we were pretty much left with Lucas Lotvat. We'll get to that in a second. As we know, though, we were on the market there for a new striker to bring in, and we found the right guy on August the 1st. We did go through him on stream, was Filipov. They ended up wanting a couple of mil. I think we paid him, like, it says it's going to say like 4.5, but I think it was like 2 mil with clauses over it from Ludogorets. Never played for Ludogorets, which is really a bit of a shock. But worth 4.7 mil, wanted on loan by quite a few clubs there, which really highlights how good the game thinks he is. I think the guy's fantastic, the Bulgarian, already 5 caps at 18. Brian was delighted that we signed him, the other Bulgarian international that we have. He just looks sensational. Just needs to work on those long shots and he could probably be nearly a first choice player. In terms of that, though, we brought him in. Revi Roger needs a shout out. He has been sensational. Every time we've played him in the league, he's scored basically. He has been great, so we always had backup. Cardozo started quite well to his time here at HK of 8.1 as well when he's been replacing Wagner. Just trying to get him to grow. There was a case, and at one point we were starting to train him at left back. That is not the case anymore. If we go to the squad and we go to a Brazilian that is homegrown, how is a Brazilian homegrown, Damien? Where is he? He's actually in the starting 11. He won't be for today's game. Lucas Lotvat will start. But his name is Gliasson. And Gliasson is a youth prospect from youth intake. August 8th, out he came. Either footed, could technically play left back. Answers, the FM gods are gone, yep, you're having all this stress and all this, everyone's trying to rage you, the board's trying to screw you over. Have a youth intake that is spectacular. When I mean spectacular, this is the only guy. But someone that can play left back and is 16 and is promising with 5-star potential at left back, not a problem. Absolutely love that. Just loved it. You know, yep, you can come in and play left back anytime. He can, you know, because he's either foot, he can play full back on attack is what we play. And he's got 12 crossing already. And the physicals are right, determination's air. I've actually got Lucas Lotvat tutoring him at the moment. Same determination, so his determination shouldn't go down. But it should just put on that player trait that he can push forward whenever possible on the left-hand side. And it also should just improve him as a player slightly as well. I'm currently training also to play as a complete wing-back on the left-hand side as well. As it says there, and working on his tackling, which really needs to get up to the 11s as quickly as possible. Because he is currently being tutored by Lucas Lotvat, we're not doing that too much. Just got to get Lucas Lotvat to tutor him for 6 months, and then we're going to put his player traits on. And that is that. In terms of that and signings everywhere else, you know, we've got scout reports that we can get through and stuff like that, but we're not going to do that right now. Obviously, there's players that we have looked at. There is one more transfer, actually, and I don't know if it's going to show up here. It might show in future transfers, that's it. we actually signed a centre mid. We were scouting through Africa, like I said in the last episode, and this centre mid came out. Because he's 17, he can't move until he's 18, so he's coming next year. But the thing is, he'd be 18 when he gets here, so you obviously have 1 year growth there, 19. And then when he turns 20, he'll be homegrown. For the Champions League, like Yag and Bojan will be next year for next year's Champions League, which will stop us with our registration problems. 17 determination as a centre defensive mid. Decent marking, which would improve, hopefully. Good tackling, good passing, good work rate, decent physicals for the age of 17 as well, and that will obviously improve. He was playing, and hasn't played first team football, at Sundowns, but I expect him to, I hope. He just looks the goods, 82, and it cost me bugger all. It cost me like 475k, there it is. I'm so happy with that transfer. I think that's a great transfer, and especially to get him in so he is homegrown for next year's Champions League is great. Just going to get back here. We got Malmo, obviously. It's worth to have a look at the other clubs and how they've gone. So IBV, I'm pretty sure got knocked out of the Champions League here, and then got knocked out in the Europa League by FC. Just getting beat 3-0 at home, which is a shame. FH was the other club, and FH on their Europa League qualifying second round, third qualifying round, second leg and first leg, actually won at home and then lost 2-0 away, which is unfortunate. They played fairly decent in this game as well, but were never able to get there. Unfortunately, conceding in the 90th minute as well to go out. Obviously at 2-1, they were obviously at 1-0, they obviously would have went out on away goals. But to concede so late on, probably pushing for the game. I haven't looked at the game, all the goals. It's just bad. It feels bad for FH. What this does mean though is that if we get to the KR, I don't think it's going to come up because it's only got 2 letters. If we go to KR, who are currently second and playing decently well in the thing, they're in the hat for the Europa League group stage, so they'll be in Europe at least, and playing quite well at the moment as well in terms of everyone else in Iceland apart from us, who are dominating the league as always. So what that means, we're going to get into the team here. Philippe's there. Because we're playing away at Malmo, and we will look through Malmo's team in a second, we're going to play the narrow diamond that we've been talking about to see how we can play it. So Goodison's going to come in there. There we go. Tito and Boninin is actually going to come in here for Isberg, who won't sit on the bench for this one. Kanan's going to go there. And what this means is Yagyad's going to come in. Nishkin has to go there for now. Repas will be on the bench. Bojan's going to be on the bench for Brian. Kanan can technically play cam. We've got our 2 strikers here as well. Reggie Rovo can play cam as well. What this also does mean is Philippe's unregistered, and Alt can come back in for his first game since being away on international duty. And same with Rotter Morta. The Olympics just finished, and I'm pretty sure Portugal and Germany either met in the semi-final or the final, and they were out there, out for the whole time. I was surprised Yagyag didn't get a call up. No wonder he's Turkish. He played under 19s for Germany before declaring for Turkey. That looks going to look great, isn't it? When I cut that back, I'm going to have a little bit of a laugh. Gleason's not going to start this one either. Lucas Lopat's going to come in here. I'm tempted to bench Kanan altogether and maybe bring Cardozo, not Cardozo because he's injured, Stein in. Obviously, we're keeping Stein, signed a new contract, or in the middle of signing a new contract at the moment, because he's been playing very well. We've been playing the 4-2-3-1 in the league. So his agent wants another contract. He's very happy to stay with us as well. But it's just weird. Same with Flamen. I'm actually getting like 12.5 mil bids for him right now, and the board's not touching it. Just leaving it up to me. We're just rejecting him until if they hit 22.5, which is release fee by all means. But that's it. Gleason hasn't started growing yet, but he's only been out for like 2 weeks since youth intake, so it doesn't really matter too much as something flies past me. But we're going to get into this one here. The reason we also put Stein in is that he can technically play as a Mazzala and play as a decent Mazzala. It's not the worst Mazzala, not the best Mazzala, but because he can peel wide, you put him on the right hand side, he can definitely run out there, and plus he gives us an option to go put a winger out here. And then on the left hand side we can put Gunnarsson, which is good. And I feel like that's our best side. So we obviously got Mutara in goals, who's growing. Wagner, who looks sensational as always. 3 stars, really good for us right now. Alt, who has had a very good under 21 campaign at the Olympics. Prospect, the 20-year-old Czech, he's looking sensational. Lucas Lotvat actually looks really good at the moment for the competition and for the league, which is good. I'm going to put him on fullback on attack as well, because that was Yag playing wing back on attack, because he was more preferred to it. Yag looks sensational. Brooks not Yag playing left back. Repas coming out for Steven. Steven's just had a bid from Barca as well at the moment. If I go to transfer offer, one from Bas. We're just going to let that still for as long as possible because we don't want to get rid of him. He's looking sensational. Still got room to grow into on the first screen. On that screen, it doesn't say, but 4 stars, sensational for us. Brian's dropped down to 3-star, but that's still star for us. It's great. Gunnarsson's being Gunnarsson. He's been sensational. And then we know these two by now. Bonanine, who is growing slightly, and Flamen, who was had upwards arrows. They're both 21. Both 21. Flemen's 21, so still got room to grow. Bonanine's really into his peak now at 25. I don't see him ever playing for France, so I reckon, especially with the France strikers, we just scouted France. Expect him to probably end up declaring to play for Iceland, which will be an absolute sensation. Once again, the manager's job hasn't come up yet. But this is the Malmo side, so we're going to go through it here. The keeper there is not has not been given to us. Slip looks okay, not great. It's a game we should be winning. Omen doesn't look too great. Lothar looks decent, but he's joining Man City, which is a good move for him. He actually looks really good, the centre-back. Lawson there doesn't look the best, but not the worst. Charleston looks really good, actually, the winger. He looks like he knows what he's doing here. So does the midfield. So they're solid, right? But they're not nothing special. We've beaten sides harder than this. It's not like when we're playing Dynamo like last season, which was a really tough draw for us. I think Dynamo actually was seeded this time around instead of being unseeded, so we couldn't not have got them, which is good. Got to get into the dressing room now, obviously, and tell the lads what I expect, which is to go out there and impress me. They haven't responded to that. I'm just going to give them the good old, I have faith in you, get out there and do make the difference. That looks better. That's a good team talk. I'm going to get into the tunnel there. He's been truly unbeatable. I'm just going to tell him I'm not going to jinx it. Look, he's been truly unbeatable. Both teams, I enjoy these matches a lot. So we're going to come and play this 4-1-2-1-2 counter system. It's a counter-pressing system. I said we're going to play this away at Europe against most games. Malmo's probably a side where we can probably go and play 4-2-3-1 and dominate them. But I just wanted to see the 4-1-2-1-2 in Europe. And this is not a bad opportunity. And really see if we can get win the ball and hit Malmo early. It's also, look, it's just good practice for us. There we are. There's Bonanine's ball in there. Just had a message for coaching. Lucas Lotvat, Stephen, his ball inside. Stephen from distance, just over the bar. Training is on at the moment, bro. Well, why wouldn't it be? Oh, there's meant to be a dust storm. That's right. That's all good. HJ kicks this one long, the goalkeeper there, and there we go. Stephen inside to Gunnarsson. Gunnarsson ball over the top. Bonini's got space, and got speed, but never really got going there. Maybe was held back a little. That's the thing though when we play on the counter, we do look very quick like that, like one touch move, and I feel like we're very good with this. I just hope that ball went out to Wagner. It didn't. Instead, it's the ball in, and Bonini really could have scored there, but doesn't. I just like how solid it is for us in terms of its bigger clubs like Chelsea and that. Probably should have played the 4-2-3-1 in this game, but, you know, plenty of time, and we can obviously change to it as well, which is good. So the ball's headed down, and Sulik there, and Oman's, well, his ball over the top, and I tell you what, it's a decent ball too, and he was going to get there first. Stop the cross coming in. Instead, he was in the box, so it was Prospect. The effort's blocked, but it falls to his other man. And Morotas really should be doing better. Instead, it's in, and we're 1-0 down now against Malmo. Invited a little bit of pressure on playing on the counter against a side that we should be better than, but we really should be dealing with this. Prospect goes in there, doesn't really do too much to close down the cross. Altus header away is decent. The shot's deflected, and it falls to him coming back from well, he was on an onside position, obviously. And then Mutas really should be saving that. Of course, we tell him he hasn't conceded a goal in a while. We go concede. Dominating the game. So what I'm going to do here is we're not going to play on the counter anymore. We're actually just going to go to a more controlled system and play it on mixed and retain the ball. Just a little bit more what the lads are used to, and hopefully they can create something as well. That's the thing about the 4-1-2-1-2. I think there's potential, and if we did end up selling Stein, we're probably going to move to a more controlled 4-1-2-1-2 system anyhow. Wagner's ball inside here. We'll now play it down the line to Gunnarsson. Gunnarsson, he's been picked off there by Bessera. Can we win it back? The clearance is poor, and straight to Brian. Brian, just pick a pass. Finds Bonini. Great touch from Bonini. Great finish. Well done, Tituan Bonini. He's been in some good goal-scoring form, scoring one-on-ones, which he hasn't done in the past. Episode 25. Always got to mention episode 25. What an episode. Anyhow, wasn't the best of clearance. Brian's ball into him was great. But look at the touch. Look at the turn. Just rolls his man superbly. Gets goal side. Take that and bang. In one move, picks up on his right foot. Turn, bang, hits it. 1-1. Away goal is important here. I expect us at home playing 4-2-3-1 to really go and dominate. So I'm quite happy playing a 4-1-2-1-2 right now under control. It's obviously working. And it's a formation that we haven't used too much in the league. I just don't think in the league when we play 4-2-2, we have won games 10-0 and stuff. It doesn't matter what system I think we play in the league. We're just miles ahead of everybody that we probably pump most sides anyhow. But this is a really good test to see the 4-1-2-1-2 obviously out in action. I'm going to tell him that I'm far from pleased with what I saw because obviously it's 1-1 at the moment. Malmo's had one chance and scored. But that's the story of how it goes. I would have loved to bring like Gleeson in this game. Gleeson, would have loved to bring Bojan on. Just a couple of the younger kids. Think the new Bulgarian striker, can't pronounce it, Pilipov or whatever it is on the bench as well. Would love to bring him on, but there we are. Oh, just keep your ball, son. There we go, good boy. Woods has got decent distribution. Main reason we brought him in, so his ball back to Alt is decent. We should be able to keep it here with Steven inside the Yug to Brian. The ball square now to Lucas Lotvat, who's providing the width. We should be able to go inside again, which is good to Steven. Steven now just needs to pick up the right pass, and we should be okay. Steady lobs that one over the top. Bonini's got pace, but didn't get there. But can he win it back here? Apparently that's not a foul. Flamen's going to score. It's once again, it's one of those highlights where you just go, really, FM? The ball over the top. Bonini really probably should get there first with his speed. And I feel like he's made the correct run here, and Steven's... Oh, maybe not. Never mind. But once he's there, he really should get there, but it's just a match engine, and then that's a foul every day of the week. But thank you, referee. And we go 2-1 up with 2 away goals. We should be okay now. I'm just going to keep the system the same for right now. I'm very tempted to change it after 70 minutes and go to 4-2-3-1 and see if we can pick up a third and a fourth. We won't do it just yet as Gunnarsson's ball is going back post. Bonini takes a touch. His ball back across the box. Yag's there. Yag's header, or was it Flamen now? They're both there. Put it over. Yag now on the free kick. Yag hits it. Yag straight down the middle. Keeper couldn't deal with it. And it's 3-1 now. Up by a couple of goals. I don't think we're now going to switch to the 4-2-3-1. Instead, we're just going to bring on a few of the younger kids. Get them some game time. Get them some growth, I reckon. And see what happens now. Go into the 71st minute. And we will make those changes. So we got Filipiov, who can play as the complete forward, and we'll bring on Flamen. Bonanine's having a great game there. Bojan, Gleeson's definitely going to come on here for Lucas Lotvat. And it's now a toss-up between Bojan or Reverie Roger, who's been in great form and growing, or Bojan, who is not really growing too much and limited by his opportunities at the moment. It's obviously a star player for us and very good youth prospect. We could bring Stein on in for Steven right now as well as a Mazzala. And you know what? He hasn't got much game time in the Mazzala role at all. So we're just going to do that, bring him on as a Mazzala on attack and see if he wants to come and peel into these half spaces out wide on the right-hand side where he's more natural. Going to make those 3 changes here. Just hoping for no injuries, obviously, right now, or Wagner getting sent off. Didn't have Cardozo on the bench, obviously, because he is out, injured at the moment. Goodison's ball in, back post, headed and over the top there by Prospect. Rose high, but never could keep the header down as it was a bit behind him as he hit it. 78 minutes gone, absolutely loving it. For the YouTube, once this game's over, we're obviously going to cut and you'll come back for the next episode. On terms of the stream, we're obviously going to have the games in between. I think there's only one game in between, so it should be okay. As we build up nicely here, Stein, Yag now, still with Yag, back to Stein. It's just good to see Stein playing in the middle of the park and still at the club. Goodison now, his ball's not the best, and maybe it's a chance here for Malmo to make it 3-2, make it a bit interesting to the next leg. Ball over the top, and Strandberg is there. He's running in one-on-one against Muta. Muta doesn't even react until the ball's in the back of the net, and it's 3-2 all of a sudden. Hasn't been the most comfortable game. We haven't put the game to bed. We've dominated it, but it really does mean that, yeah, out there at home, we do have to perform. Playing the 4-2-3-1, something that we're more familiar with. This is really an experiment. Someone that we can afford, of course, I feel, being so dominant. Saying that, it's great play. Goodison's down. There we are. Never mind. Bonini's there. It's a great save from the keeper. The little combinations there were sensational, exploiting the middle there. Unfortunately, the ball inside the Goodison didn't... and it worked too well when Goodison was on here and he got tackled. If he laid it back to Bonini, would have been in. Felt to Bonini anyway. But it's a chance here for Malmo. Don't be a goal. Wow, 3-3. All of a sudden, the tie is still alive. We always make it hard for ourselves. Dominated the game. We conceded 2 late goals. Got to get very aggressive with the lads in the change rooms. I don't think there was anything we really should have changed. Being 3-3, we should win at home. Hoping we win at home. It would be an absolute bottle job. Is it going to be 4-3? Wow, are we going to be going out? Surely not. Bessa, there we go. Can we press in here? Come on, Gleeson. Ball over the top. Should deal with it. Out does. Prospect now. Yag doesn't win it. It's going to be a chance here for Malmo, Prospect though, good touch. Yag now. Brian, still with Brian. His ball inside, does find Bonini. Bonini, can he play his pass inside? Instead he goes wide to Wagner, which is perfect. That's what we want every time. Wagner's ball in, it's cleared, but is it cleared well enough? It sort of is. It's going to fall to Yag. Brian now, can he pick a pass, son? Goes to Stein, pick your pass. Brian, ball inside the Filipov. Filipov finds Gleason. Can Gleason put in a decent cross? Got good crossing. His ball in, it's deflected off Safaro, and it's going to be 4-3 HK. Gleason put the ball in the right area. It's hit the centre back, and it's gone in. Goals galore in this game. If we defended better, and I probably didn't jinx Maruta in the pre-game, saying that he hasn't conceded in a fairly long time, he probably would have won this game 4-0 or so. But instead, as it goes, just chested that one straight into his own net. Safari probably forgetting which way he goes. Still time. It's still 3 minutes. Can we go and make it 5-3, or is it going to be a chance for them? Everyone's missed a header, but Alt will clean up and find Gearson, who looks good, the Brazilian. The boy over the top is a bit ambitious and not really on. Them playing a high line and us being too high. If we could weight it perfectly, it would be nice. He is described as a next Cafu, and well, Cafu could do anything on a park, so I don't mind. Goodison's in there. Filipov's going to have a chance here. Will he cut it instead? Instead, he goes himself. He does himself, but in the end, the keeper pulls off a great save, but falls to Bonanine, and it is 5-3. I was hoping Filipov just to cut it. I still think he's going to get the assist anyhow, but he really should have scored if he took it on. Get to see the goal, surely, from the other angle, and get to see the save. It was a great save from the keeper. Credit where credit's due. Full strength. Unlucky for the keeper. That's a great save. And Bonanine tucks that one home. And it's now 5-3 HK. And what has been a crazy game. Filipov gets his assist, it said there. And it should be game over now once we win this ball and pump it long. Unless the referee wants to give us enough time to go on the break. It doesn't, unfortunately. It was on there, though. And everyone does well. Filipov gets an 6.8 for that assist. That's always nice. It's just good to see them coming on and doing what's good. Well done, guys. It's a good win for us. Both seem pretty happy. We should go through after that performance, which is good. For everybody on YouTube, that is going to be the end of the first part of the episode. Stay tuned. It's going to feel like that, and we'll be here for the second leg. For everybody on Twitch, though, we've got a Gaming That's KR coming up in just a second. I'll see everybody on YouTube in just a second. Hello YouTube, welcome back here. We got Malmo now in the second leg. Obviously won the first leg 5-3. One game played obviously in between, which was the KR game, which was just played on stream. 1-3-0. Sealed the title. The title was never in doubt. We seem to win every game anyway. It doesn't really matter too much. But there we are. I'm going to continue forward here. Match preview. Go to team selection. Going to be playing this 4-3-2-1. Unfortunately in that game, Flamen came off the bench and then got a gashed upper leg. So he won't be starting today. Philippe's obviously not going to play at all. I'm going to get Prospect in here. Filipov's going to come in there, and then we're going to bring on to the bench. We'll bring on Yag for so, and then bring Tito Bonini in here. Roger's not going to start. Going to start Gunnarsson. Obviously, Stein's going to start in here. Stephen's going to start with Brian, and we're going to go for quite full strength. Lucas like that is going to start over Gearson, as much as I would like Gearson to start developing and growing. The 17-year-old just had his 17th birthday. Don't really want to. He is unhappy now, is Stephen, because Barca just obviously bidded for him. And obviously when you reject Barca, you expect some backlash, and we just got a little bit of backlash from him, but it all should be okay. Everyone else looks quite good. Everyone looks quite natural. Freestyle high is obviously very good for us. Lucas Lovett's the only one that isn't there. Tended to start Gleason actually in this game, and you know what? We're going to do it as well. I'm going to quickly save the game as well before we get going here. There we are. I'm going to get the game saved here. Don't know why I accidentally clicked game save. I'm on Twitch. I'm used to saving games before we play on Twitch. Just in case if the stream crashes. But obviously when we're doing a YouTube episode, why did I click the save button? Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. It does happen. Chat's now laughing at me. That's great. And we're now into it. We're going to submit the side, and there we go. So there we are. Wasted a little bit of time, a little bit of your time. Tito Bonini, Kanan, Gunnarsson, Stein, Brian, Stephen, Gleason, Prospect, Alt, Yabagna, and Muta. We have seen this team before here. They've actually come to play 5 on the back. Cannot allow any complacency, and look at that. Everybody understands that. Send the assistant to that. Champions League anthem going as they're in their huddle as always before a Champions League game. Usually they line up. We'll just take it as that. So obviously we won 5-3. If we do get through, the Champions League group stage draw is tomorrow, and we're going to pray for not the group of death. If we don't get through, it's in 2 days' time. So Europa League group stage draw, and you will see both here. in this YouTube episode. We won't be cutting it out or anything like that. As Alt front post, can't win the header. Stein though will recycle possession and run straight down the line. His ball back post. Goodison's there with the header, and Goodison with a great header back across the keeper. We're 1-0 up. That's it. What you want, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's a great header there from Gunnarsson, our star man, probably. Potential captain in the future. Stein just picks the ball up and goes, you know what, this is why teams did 7 mil for me, because I'm just going to burn you all. And he does. It's a great ball in, and Goodison straight across the keeper. Keeper can't do much about it, and we're 1-0 up. 10 minutes in, absolutely loving it. 70% possession here. It's got to prove to Malmo that we are miles a better side, and when we play the 4-2-3-1 like we probably should have done in the first leg, we are quite good. Kanan there. Gleason is on the park, and Kenny whipping a good ball. Right foot cross, very good ball. Stein with the header, it's hit the post. Kanan now. Kenny, he doesn't do nothing in the end. I was going to say, can he cut it? And in the end, just stood there. Gleason looks like the Havies has a bruised head. Hey, don't worry, he's fine, mate. He's 17, the bruised head's not that big. Ball's long, but Alt, all 6'4" of him. Boninin, he will find Kanan here. Will Kanan look to come inside? He does. His chip ball there, doesn't find anyone in particular. Brianov, though, ball inside here to Steven. Steven looks for Gleason. Gleason takes a touch. Good ball, back post. Stein takes one touch, cuts it back. Kanan's header, straight at the keeper. Oh, the keeper spilled it, and it's in. Some goalkeeping howler. It was a great ball by Gleason, back post to Stein. Hit him on the chest. Stein's touch was decent, but not great. And then in the end, header back post here from Kanan really should have been dealt with. It wasn't a chest, it was actually a control. In the end, Kanan's header, that should be dealt with. Instead, the keeper's spilled it into the back of the net. And we go 2-0 up, 7-3 on aggregate. Arguably say it's tie over, and we're going to head to the Champions League. Larson now, heave ball. Sarfero goes all the way back. The keeper needs to be clean, and is. And look, that might play out quite well here, Malmo. Instead, they go long, and we should win that one. Oh, his ball to find Stein. Stein, great first touch, great second touch. Still Stein. In the end, it was a great save. Stein probably should have cut it in the end like he did before. Instead, he was a bit more greedy this time. Went for goal. Keeper stood strong. Didn't spill that one into the back of his net and saved it well. Stein again. Will he cut this one? Instead, he goes to back post. Kanan's not going to get there. It should be cleared. It should be the end of the highlight there. 27 minutes in and being sensational for the lads. HJ there. He'll go long. And it's headed there by Gerson. Finds Kanan. Kanan now. He finds Stein. Stein, can he look inside? He does, and he finds Wagner now. He can way up across. Wagner's ball. Back post. Kanan rises. Oh, it's a great save from the keeper. Malmo's keeper flying high, tipping it over the bar. Kanan really should be heading that header down and making it very tough for the keeper. Didn't. Stein, will he take a touch and shoot? Runs, shoots, blocked, tackled. Alt goes down. It's all happening in there. And the referee goes, don't worry, boys. It's just a throw in. Get on with it. Dominating the game as always, showing that we are definitely a miles better side as well. Shakhtar and Basel are having an absolute ripper there, even though it's 0-0, 1-1 on aggregate. PSV is dominating Dynamo Kiev. A few other results going on. CSK look like they're going out, which is quite strange. I'm going to tell them I'm very happy with things are going. Keep it up, lads. They seem pretty happy. Look, we're 7-3 up. I'm not going to tell them don't get complacent. You shouldn't be losing this game, really, lads, at all. Steven there, he runs with this one. It's usually a pointless highlight. His ball to Gleason is decent. Gleason now, he doesn't play it in highlight stops. Anyhow, Kanan heads down. Gleason, first time cross. Steven, Brian on back to Steven, back to Gleason. Can he way up across? His first time cross, it's headed away. But only as far as Wagner. No, they're actually going to get their Strandbag. His ball over the top is cut out by Prospect. And now Brianov finds Kanan, who's got a very good left foot. It's a ball back post. Stein's got everywhere to pick a corner. In the end, he's done neither, and he's headed it straight at the keeper. And what is new? 46 minutes in, and another high chance goes begging. Prospect, Stein needs to improve his finishing a little bit, does he? Especially with his headering. But he's a sensational player, all the same. Highlight's still going here. Maybe it's another one. Gleason's long ball over the top does find Bonini in some space. Bonini hits it. It's a great save from the keeper. Gleason's ball was delightful. The future Cafu of Football Manager, according to the game. That's what they described him as, the future Cafu. I would love him to turn into Cafu, obviously, because that means we have a world-class player in our hands. I'm not making that up. If we actually click on Gleason, we go to information. Could be the next Cafu. Could be. Keyword is could be. Not tutored, but could be. I'm hoping he does become it. That is for sure. Dominating the game, looking quite good. In terms of bringing someone off the bench here, probably is Bojan and Roger and all the youngsters again, just giving them some games. From Gleason, obviously, we'll just play 90 minutes. Stevens' ball switches to Gleason as we talk about him. His ball down the line to Kanan. Kanan still Kanan. He cuts that one back post. Stein, can he get this header? He doesn't. Rain the first time? No, it's not. Steven instead. Back to Wagner. Now he will way up across, surely. Wagner's ball. Bonini falls to Stein. Stein, keeper can't deal with that one. 3-0. That time it wasn't the best of finishes from Stein, but there we are. There we go. And we should be all okay here. 3-0 up. Absolutely loving it. 62 minutes played. Wagner now. His ball. Steven ball. Wagner. The cross was decent from Wagner, but it was kind of not cleared well, and Stein hits it through the keeper. And we are 3-0 up on the night. Gunnarsson's ball back post. Headed away. Can we pick that one up? Alt's there with some time, and he should be able to. Can he pick a pass? Goes fairly long within the Stein. Stein's knocked down Gunnarsson. Back to Stein. Hits it. In the end, it's blocked, and it's now going to be Malmo on the break, you would say. Strandberg gets on that one. Jeremy Jeff. Back to Strandberg, I should say. Anderson inside to Brescia. We always concede one. Is this going to be the one we concede? Keeping the ball quite well here is Malmo. Strandberg got one touch. Hits it. Morata with a great save there. Don't know how he let in the first one just before, but he saves that one. Went up the first one in the last leg, which he let their first goal. It was quite shocking keeping. But the keeper, that's in great form, does keep that one out. Obviously going through Champions League draw, going to be coming out in the not too distant future. With the game pretty much done, Steven's going to be rested here, and we're just going to bring on Yag as an advanced playmaker and support. Could bring Bojan on, we might not. Goodison, we can rest here. Bonini's not having the best of games. You know what? Filipov can come on, the young Bulgarian. Need more game time to get him to grow. We'll keep one more change in case someone gets injured, but we should be home and hosed here, and it's all pretty good. Yag's injury is not that bad. It's just it's like a gashed head or something, I don't know, or leg. It's coming back to full fitness tomorrow. He'll be fine. With 7 minutes left, we might as well make that last change. You know what? King Isberg, get out there. Gotta love when Isberg gets on the field. Isberg with another game in the Champions League. Gotta love Mr. Isberg. Been here since the start. Now worth over $1 million. Gotta love it. There we are. Get forward there. Tackled by Kanan. Charleston is now there. Ball down the line. Should be game over. Jeremy Jeff. Ball inside. Bessara. His ball over the top. Strandberg. Good touch, but he's offside. And that should be game over. Clean sheet from Maruta. We are going through to the Champions League group stage yet again. 4 years in a row, and for the 3rd year in a row, can we avoid the group of death? We've had the group of death for the last 2 seasons. Hopefully not the group of death today, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone on YouTube know how much I don't like the group of death. Going to continue forward. Gleason apparently picked up a bruised head and is out for a few days. We're going to receive 2.3 mil for winning against Malmo. We're obviously going to receive the 14 mil for making it to the group stage, as we always do. Tom's very happy with the outcome. We're obviously going to reject the offer there for Alt because he's indispensable to the club, as he's currently talking about a new contract with us. We're going to get the inbox. We break the consecutive win record. Malmo there, under 19s game, these guys can play. Cardos, this is not fit, so we'll let him go. Probably just playing in the next league game. Champions Cup was going to come off. Wagner again. Yag. Just going to let them go until after the 31st. There we go. Heard to make Maruta off, we don't really care. Here we go. Champions League group stage draw, everybody. Get the hype out in the Twitch chat. If you're on YouTube, what do you think of the group we can get? As always, we actually seeded 3rd for once? No, we're still 4th. We're still the best 4th seed around. But not by much. Celtic and Dynamo also 4th seeds. If we look at 3rd seeds, teams that I reckon are better than Shakhtar and PSV, but that's probably it. House City and Liverpool are 2nd seeds, I don't know. Atletico probably shouldn't. Napoli probably shouldn't be a 1st seed. Monaco, that's actually a really, really weak 1st seeded group. Madrid United, obviously. Vitesse are a 1st seed. What, did they win it last year, I'm guessing. They won the thing last year. Rodrigo's their Portuguese centre mid maestro, their hot prospects. This guy, I'm just going to give him a scout. Wow, don't know how they become 1st seeds though, because it's still based on coefficients. But anyhow, so we don't want Group A straight away because Liverpool and Madrid and Shakhtar. Oh boy, it's going to be hard. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? If you're in the chat, what group would you prefer? Let me know. Someone said Group A. I don't want Group A. Madrid, Liverpool, and Shakhtar, quite difficult. We probably could beat Shakhtar. Home, away would be interesting. They've got a good side, Shakhtar, right? But of course they've got a good side. The Danes had 99 caps. Sorry, Delaney, should have clicked on you after you had one international appearance. Wolfsburg would be difficult. PSG. Group B is the group of death. Very much to say. Vitesse, Leverkusen, AC Milan. And we beat Leverkusen at home. I think we're better than Vitesse. So I actually want Group C. Milan would be probably biggest side there. Leverkusen do win everything, but we have beaten Leverkusen before. Episode 25, go watch that one. Benfica and Olympic Marseille and Juve would be a tough group. Bayern, Inter, Spartak. We beat Spartak when we got out of the group. We made sure they didn't get through. They finished third. So I wouldn't want Group E, because Group E we could still finish third. Porto City and Atletico we do not want. They're all very good. PSV, Barca and Monaco. I think PSV is winnable. Monaco at home would be a decent game. Napoli, Chelsea and RBL we don't want as well. That's quite a tough group. We just don't want Group A. Galatasaray, good. And we don't want Group B. Well, okay, good. Alright, Group C I will take happily, because we're better than Vita, so I don't care that they're first seeds. They are not that good. Leverkusen it is, but we beat them at home last time with a weaker squad. We got a stronger squad. They have a stronger squad too, but they don't have William Stewart. They still got Sane there, obviously, the world-class Sane, and Bitschel's still there as well, the 17-year-old. He was there when we last played him last season, or 2 seasons ago, as a 15, 16-year-old. I wouldn't want Group C. It's not Group C. Group D's interesting, but not great. Celtic, alright. We do not want Group H. We do not want Group G. We don't want Group F. Group E, yeah. Okay, it's got to be Group F, isn't it? I'm going to cry. It's got to be Group F. It has to be Group F, because we always get the fucking Group of Death. Oh, it's not Group F. Come on, not Group F. That's what we want. We nearly touched up Barca last time we played them. I'm happy with that. What would you prefer, RB or Chelsea, Napoli? We beat Napoli at home, so we can beat Napoli. Chelsea and Napoli were in our group last season. The only team that wasn't in our group was RBL can swap out for... Who was it? They went through ahead of us because Chelsea gave them a win. It should haunt me, but it's not haunting me. Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim not even here. I don't know. Dynamo. We have got Group H. Chelsea, Napoli and RBL. RBL have got a squad and a half. William Stewart's going to come back to haunt me. He just moved there. Oh my. The guy we could have signed back here. We had a contract accepted for him. Instead, I've played him when he was at Leverkusen. Played him when he was at Benfica. And now I'm going to play him when he's at RBL. William Stewart is coming to haunt me. RBL have got a great squad. And as you can see, dominating Germany. So a lot of seconds there and another second. They have got money to burn. They're very rich and they get people. Obviously, Chelsea's Chelsea. Sensational team. They pumped us obviously in the second leg what we played in the Champions League last season. But obviously at home we were 2-1 up with 5 minutes to go. And we can see the 91st and 92nd minute to lose. Napoli we beat. They won the Serie A last season, but we beat them at home last season. Napoli 3-1, and we arguably could have beaten them away from home. We lost 3-2 in the Champions League. So maybe a little bit for us to maybe think about it. As you can see here, they lost to us 3-1, and only beat us 3-2 here at home. I don't think, in terms of a group, it's not the hardest group, but it's not the easiest group. There's definitely groups that were better for us. We didn't want Group A, we didn't get Group A. I didn't want to face our boys Liverpool, and didn't want to face Madrid, who are quite good. Group B was the group of death for sure. We usually get this sort of group. We didn't. Leverkusen, this Group C is what we wanted, didn't get Group C. Group D would have been difficult. Didn't get Group D, obviously. Group E I would have been happy with because of Spartak. We beat Spartak both home and away. We would have pumped them both times. So we would have definitely finished third in Group E. Didn't get Group E, unfortunately. Did well Group F, and thank God we didn't get Group F. And then out of G and H, there wasn't too much to choose from. Probably would have preferred Group G because I think we're better than PSV, obviously. And we've obviously troubled Barca last season, or 2 seasons, ago, back when we had the Rage episode 25. Instead, it's Chelsea, Napoli, and RBL. It's a decent group. It's not the worst group. It's an okay group. Still, our work's cut out for us. We probably will lose both games to RBL and Chelsea, and it's all about what we do with Napoli. Napoli have the potential to beat Chelsea, obviously. On our day at home, we can probably beat any side there as well. It just depends how well we play. In terms of that for the YouTube, everybody on YouTube, I'm going to end the episode there. As you can tell, we're live on Twitch at the moment as well, YouTube. So when you watch this episode, episode 35, there'll be a link in the description below to go check me out on Twitch and give it a follow. All my Twitch streams are live. That are recorded, you can watch back. But YouTube, that's going to be the episode 35. In terms of what we're going to do for episode 36, it depends. It'll probably be definitely a Champions League game. Just depends which one. We'll obviously stream those games live on Twitch as well. Probably not today, but tomorrow or Saturday. Maybe not Saturday. I'm busy Saturday. Sunday. for sure. But there we go. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you are on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, stick around because we're still going to be streaming, of course. I'm going to stop the recording there for YouTube. Have a good one, guys, on YouTube, and I will see you guys next time.